You remember the Bionicle Combiner models, right? Taking a couple sets, merging them together, and getting some pretty cool results. Well, remember, Hero Factory had some of them too, and they were pretty good. Well, some of them were. Some of them, not so good. Today, let's examine the good, the bad, and the awesome. Yeah, what happens if you take every single 2.0 hero and merge them together? That's exciting, let's take a look. We begin with a strange one. This is Lucas Valor. It's a good name, not sure it's a good model. To build this guy, you're gonna need pieces from Ferno 1.0, you'll need pieces from Breeze 1.0 as well, and your mate, Preston Stormer. The 2010 Brickmaster magazine featured some instructions so that you could bring this character to life. But I don't know, man, I am not a fan of how this looks. What the heck is up with the face? Placing a torso element right there? Why? This just doesn't look like a face at all. And I think that's partially because there's another torso element directly below it. It doesn't look like he's got a head, it looks like he's got two torsos. It's just messy. Okay, maybe it's meant to be some sort of exotic mask. Perhaps these are little eye holes? Yeah, it could be that. Or hey, maybe the hero core is meant to be one big exotic looking eye. Maybe, I don't know. This doesn't really read well at all. If I'm honest, I wish that they'd just taken Ferno's mask, flipped it around, and used that for his head. It actually looks like a face. And overall, I think it improves this so much. Things are no longer messy. Well, okay, the colors are still a little bit messy and all over the place, but it is still an improvement. And it's also nice too because this is a face that no other character shares, so Lucas Valor looks like his own original character. That's good. Another odd thing about this combo model are the legs. The way this is designed, you put these shin armor pieces on the back, and this actually limits the way that you can move the feet. You can really only move them forward, and that doesn't really help. It makes it quite difficult to pose the toy. Especially because just to actually rest this character in a normal standing position, he's actually quite top heavy. And the way the legs are shaped, he kind of has to be leaning forward like he's a smooth criminal, you know? Got that Michael Jackson going on. It feels unnatural. And the articulation on this, it's not much better. The legs naturally want to bend in very odd ways. Ways that legs simply do not bend. It's very difficult to pose this set. Look, I don't know, man. I think this is a bit of a swing and a miss, sadly. But hey, you know, this is a combiner model. There are other Bionicle combiner models that don't look so crash hot. Building a combiner requires you to work under very strict limitations. You only got pieces from, 3 different sets, and that's it. It can make things harder to build and harder to look good. With that in mind, I think the designers did the best that they could. Only using these pieces is a challenge. So with that in mind, yeah, I can appreciate what they've done. Although it's funny, the wiki states that Lucas Valor's physical appearance, that isn't strictly speaking canon. The character is, he exists within the world, but how he looks is up for debate. Given how different this character looks to literally every other hero, it is assumed that he probably looks nothing like this. So the canonicity of this is in question, which I guess is a good thing. Go and build your own version of Lucas Valor and make him look way better. I actually did that. Again, I stuck with the challenge of only using pieces from these sets, and I tried to just, tidy up the color scheme a little bit. I kept that Ferno mask idea, and I think it's a lot better. It would be nice to introduce a few more pieces and really customize this a bit more, but I wanted to stick within these limitations. At least this design fits in much better with your standard 1.0 hero. He doesn't feel, out of place. Anyway, that's one of the not so good combiner sets. However, we've got some really good ones. The Hero Factory 2.0 heroes, you can combine them together. There's 3 in total, picking 2 heroes per combiner, and we'll begin with Breeze and Stormer. Together they make Hero Combiner number 2. A boring name, but that's what it's called. I wish they'd given these their own, fun names, but maybe you can name them yourself. Anyway, I love this. The color distribution is so much more pleasing to look at. Lime and white isn't really a color scheme that I thought would look good, and it's not really my favorite if I'm honest, but the way it's distributed here, it looks pretty nice. It's also fun to see some of these new 2.0 CCBS pieces being used in more creative ways, using the helmet and the headgear to really buff up the armor. That's dope. Adding in a kind of backpack attachment. That's a great way to add a little bit more depth to the torso. He's also got triple jointed legs, and that's a surefire way to make your creation so much more posable. And that's a good thing. That's great. Yet looking at this, it feels like an advancement on the classic Hero Factory look and feel. If the heroes are 2.0, maybe this is 2.5. This feels like a level up for the characters. It's them getting stronger, and that's cool. It feels like it fits right in with the world and the story of Hero Factory, unlike Lucas Valor. The next combiner takes the wonderful Surge 2.0 and Nex 2.0. Here, instead of a pseudo backpack, he's got little mounted weapons. That's fancy. I really like how that looks, actually. I don't see this as, an extra set of arms. It's like, posable weaponry. Now, okay, they can pose, but it is a little bit rigid. You can't get a full, 360-degree range of movement out of this. It moves enough, but I do wish it could move just that little bit more. This also uses that same helmet and headgear design that we were seeing before, but I don't know what this is meant to be. It's just kind of bulging out in a strange way, and it does limit the ways that you can move the arm. Yeah, I think I prefer the way that this technique looks on the previous model, but actually I really like the way it's used on a future model that we'll look at a little bit later in the video, so stay tuned. I also like the way that this hero torso is being placed on the arm, kind of looking a bit like some sort of shield. Smart. And both of these sets have those white name tag pieces. Pieces that I've always found a little bit harder to use, because it's got the character's name on it. You kind of can only use it on a revamp of this set. But since the colors are the same, just putting them on either leg, like we see here, that's great. It actually works pretty well. These are pretty good. The last one, we got Ferno 2.0 and Evo 2.0. And hey, those shoulder cannons, this perfects that idea. Keeping it a bit more symmetrical and making them these little thin lasers with sharp edges on the side, that's nice. Without these up here, this character would look boring. These are great little new additions. So sadly, none of these designs are actually canon. They're just fun models that look cool but don't actually tie in to the story. But they feel like they could, and sometimes I think that's just as important. I can just see it now. The heroes having to combine together to take down the enemy. The only way to defeat them is together. I like that. Or hey, perhaps this is some sort of experimentation that Hero Factory was doing, seeing if combining heroes would lead to powerful new assets to combat those villains. These brilliant designs invite so many ideas, so many storylines, so many concepts. And that's cool. But I teased it before. What if we got every single 2.0 hero and merged them into one character? What would that look like? Well, that exists, and it's called Macakaro X1. This one actually comes with a story, and the story says the following. Personally constructed by the mysterious Mr. Macakaro, the robot known as Macakaro X1 was intended to take on assignments that were too dangerous, even for Hero Factory teams. But something went wrong in its programming, and it became determined to take over Hero Factory and turn the heroes into its slaves. Can Stormer and his team stop this rogue robot? That's the story. That's pretty cool. That's a great idea. And hey, the big hunched back that this has kind of ties into that very nicely. It feels delightfully villainous. The multicolored design is a lot, but they've managed to block these colors out quite nicely so that it doesn't feel too over the top. It's still very easy to read. It doesn't feel messy. And I mentioned it before, look at those feet. That same helmet and headgear combo looks so good like this. The shape of these pieces merge so nicely into the foot elements. It's like it was meant to be. It probably was, actually. I'm sure that's how they designed these elements. They probably had that in mind. Yeah, if you're looking to buff up the feet on your next Hero Factory mock, do this. It looks great. He's got a bit of a tail on his back. Interesting. And overall, I think this does a wonderful job of using a lot of those torso pieces to really buff up the design and make him feel quite muscular and hulking. Even the spiked crown just above his head, wow. Man, The evolution from 1.0 combiners to the 2.0 combiners, it is a huge leap forward. I guess the additional posability of those 2.0 heroes and the more refined pieces makes it a bit easier for you to make better stuff. And it's nice that some of these guys have actual, story to go with them. Well, I say that, but that story for Macakaro X1, it's not fully canon. That story only appeared in the LEGO magazine alongside the instructions to build this. The actual ending to that story or anything else about it was never expanded on and never featured anywhere else. So it's entirely possible it's just a fun idea that's not actually a part of the world. Which is a bit lame, but I'll take any little bit of lore, whether it's canon or not. The concept of this being a robot gone rogue is sick. So these classic Hero Factory combiners, they're a lot of fun. It kind of makes you want to build your own combiners, doesn't it? Go out there right now, pick up a couple different sets, and merge the pieces together and make something beautiful. And if you want to make some of these Hero Factory combiners yourself, you can find instructions on the Hero Factory wiki. Go and check it out. Thanks for watching everyone, happy building, and bye for now. I gotta take a look at some of those Bionicle combiners pretty soon. That would be fun.